All right, everybody, welcome to the call today. Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and we are going to be going over one of the PDF guides, Secrets to Selling Your Home Fast, which is one of the great guides that we've got. We got over 80 PDF guides in your account, 40-ish for sellers and homeowners, 40-ish for home buyers as well. So yeah, go ahead and check in where you're coming in from. Jackie, good to see you down there in Cape Coral with ERA. Good to see you guys. I hope Greg is doing well down there. Everybody else, go ahead and check in, see where you're coming in from and who you're with. And we're going to get started here in just a minute. We are recording this. This will be available at our YouTube channel. So if you go to YouTube, if you're watching the recording, either click on the live tab or current webinars. So either way, you should be able to find it in one of those two places. Make sure you drink a lot of water today. I'm trying to get better at both walking. I've actually started walking. I tell you, I absolutely love it. And working out a little bit more and drinking more water after a bad knee injury earlier this year, getting back at it, which is awesome. So I hope everybody is doing well. Did anybody have any open houses this weekend, or did you go check any open houses? We went to a couple, did some good videos, which is a lot of fun. I love doing videos of open houses and all of that good stuff. All right. So everybody else, go ahead and let's check in. Let me know where you're coming in from, who you're with, so we can be like Jackie and be a little bit more social here. So we're going to cover, we got a brand new addition to the ads, which is already working phenomenal with the AI text follow-up. In fact, you know what? Let me bring up the AI text. We got a new, in fact, I'm going to show you in the mastermind group. I should have brought that over a little bit earlier, but this is so good. And it's working so well already. And we're now doing it for the ads. Just went live this morning. And give me a second here. There we go. I'm going to pop this up over here. And so this is the AI text follow-up that you're looking at right here. And let me bring up so you can see here, the AI text follow-up for buyer leads, for seller leads. And this works with the landing pages, with listings. For the PDF guide, since they're already getting a PDF guide, we don't offer another one, but check this out here. So the lead comes in, and then the AI text initiates with the initial message here, asking if they want more information about the property. This is an ad for a listing. So do they want more information about the property, or are they just browsing? And this person said they were just browsing right there. And then it said, understood. Our Insider Secrets of Home Buying PDF is packed with money-saving tips. Would you like a copy? For the seller ads, it's a seller guide that is being offered to that lead. And then look at that. They said yes, which is absolutely awesome, because we're getting great engagement right away. These people, they may not be ready to look to buy or sell or engage on that, but they would love to get more information. And so when we offer one of the guides in the AI text follow-up, we're seeing the engagement definitely increasing. I don't want to say going through the roof yet. I don't think we have enough data to say it's going through the roof, but I'm going to suspect it will. And then the AI text responds back, thank you for your interest. We'll reach out soon to provide that information. So this guide is one of the guides that are in your account. And on the next image here, look at that. The lead came back on their own without even being asked, and just gave some information about the type of property they're looking for. And so the agent was able to turn off the AI text follow-up, grab the guide, send it to the lead, and then find out more about the price range, the location, and all that good stuff. And in fact, this agent did talk to the lead. So absolutely phenomenal. And we are now doing, as of today, the same thing with regular ads for listings. So I'm going to show you that as well here before we get into it with the guides. And Linda, is it Linda? I hope I pronounced that right. In Phoenix, Neil, good to see you down there with EXP in LA. Sioux City, Nebraska, LPT. Amber, all right, that's awesome. I don't know too much about South Sioux City, but I'm sure it's a beautiful location. And so when you're at listingsleads.com, go ahead and log into your account and you'll pop into the dashboard right here. And before we get to the PDF guides, and before that, I want to review those ads with you just so you can see how they're now working when you're running for whether it's your listing or a listing that you've borrowed. But we've got a new email blast that if you scroll down on the dashboard, and I'm going to do a video on this a little bit later today, we've actually got 2 emails that are now in your Listings to Leads account, one for buyers and one for sellers. And so if I click on it right here, it'll take me right to the editor. And here is the email, and completely editable. The subject line is finally a market that favors home buyers again. Right there, you can see the subject line. And then the body of the email here, ready to go. Now you can send this to all of your leads in Listings to Leads super easily. You can edit this before you send it. You can send it from your CRM, and I'll show you how to send it through Follow Up Boss. But for the buyers, is talking about the fact that, they probably have seen the headlines talking about homes are sitting longer and sellers are cutting prices, and shaping to be one of the best buyers market in nearly a decade. And that according to Realtor.com, home trends report that homes are now sitting on average 53 days on market. Now, if you wanted to, you could take this and edit that to be for your local markets. You could say, for example, I could say, 29 days on the market. All right, so you see that right there, easily editable. Then it continues. Over 20% of listings have had price reductions in June, the highest level for any June since 2016. Sellers are offering closing credits, rate buy downs, real flexibility. In short, you've got options, leverage, and real negotiating power, especially if you're pre-approved and ready to move. And then this is linking to your price reduced landing page. And all of this is automatic. So you could have signed up for Listings to Leads today, go through the Get Started wizard, and this is already dialed in for you. There's nothing you need. You don't have to set up the landing page. You don't need to do anything else. Everything is branded, your logo, your picture, your colors, everything dialed in for you. And then it just continues on a little bit here to really just help motivate those buyers, realize that, hey, listen, don't wait. Because if you wait for the rates to go down, even if they go down a quarter point on a $500,000 loan, that's $80 a month. When you might be able to get a 2-to-1 rate buy down, you might be able to get closing cost credits, but either or both of those would be drastically more advantageous to a buyer than an $80 a month cost savings on a $500,000 loan on a 0.25% rate cut. Does that make sense for everybody? So understanding, as when you're talking to buyers, we all understand, hey, we'd love to see the rates go down, but in this buyer's market, there are actually much better ways to get that monthly payment of yours down, to reduce the down payment, to reduce those closing costs. Any and all of that is way better than the value or the benefit that you would get from a 0.25% rate cut. And so if I scroll back up here, you will see I can make some edits and save it and come back to it later. I can send a test email, which I will do right now. So there's a button right there that says send test email. And if I go to my other monitor, and let me see if I can refresh, there we go. I'm going to pop that out and bring it over here. You can see how great it looks. And so here's that email. It's got my signature at the bottom, and it's got the button right there so people can click. And the landing page, this landing page is in your account. If you go to landing pages and use the drop-down filter to search for price reduced, you will see there's 3 different price reduced landing pages, and we've got it set up for your area. It's actually pretty slick how we did it, so people can select, and then they can say if they want to just get some or all or new or all of them, right? So you see the options right there. They fill it out. You'll get that lead. You can then follow up with them, set them up on either. What I would do is any of the engagement, any of the leads that you get from this, what I would do is I would try to get a hold of them first and make sure to find out the price range that they might be looking for and the home size. So, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 4-bedroom, 3-bath, whatever it's going to be. Maybe it's a 2-1 single story that they're looking for. Maybe they're downsizing. Maybe they're upsizing. Maybe they're moving for a job relocation, whatever it's going to be. But this is going to be a phenomenal way for you to engage more of those buyer leads in your database. And to send this out through listings to leads, over here on the right-hand side, on the drop-down where it says send to, I would select buyer leads and either click send or schedule and get that all to the buyer leads in your listings to leads account. As well, you can send this through your CRM. So there is a button right here. You see it's the copy icon. And then from here, there are 3 options. Copy code. So that'll copy just the email itself without the signature. You may have a signature in your CRM that you want to use. Copy with signature. So that's going to copy the entire email and the signature. So you saw that signature. That's the listings to leads, lead gen signature, which a lot of people actually, they take that and they actually put that in their CRM. So they can use that in their own CRM for every email that they send. And then third is copy for follow-up boss. So I'm going to select copy for follow-up boss, FUB. I will go over to follow-up boss here, navigate to where you're going to send out an email. And in follow-up boss, before I paste that in, there is a button here in the editor, and it says insert HTML. Your CRM will either say insert HTML or insert or source. Click it. And I'm just going to paste that in there. And there we go. Look at that. Beautiful email. Little space right there. I'll just reduce that space a little. All right. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful email. Drop in the subject line and then send that to all of your leads in your database. So it's ready for you to go. Super easy, super powerful. It's going to help you engage those buyer leads. And then alternatively, there's one for seller leads. And the one for sellers says home buyers market, sellers market. I'm going to click it. Now you can see the full subject line right there. And this is one that's geared for your seller leads. So here we're talking about the headlines are loud. Some say it's a seller's market. Others say it's a buyer's market. So what's really going on? And we're just talking about how the market is shifting. Homes are sitting longer and sellers are offering more credits, rate buy downs, but homes that are move-in ready and priced right. So again, you can take this, you can edit it for your area, because again, every area is going to be a little bit different. And then here's something else you might not have heard. New listings. So we're trying to give the sellers a little bit of encouragement here that new listings have dropped 3.2% in the last month to the lowest level since October 2023. And inventory may be tightening, which could work in your favor. All right. Yeah, Amber, you can totally send this through Lofty. And we integrate with Lofty. If you go to your listings to leads profile, you will see how to connect directly to Lofty. We have a lot of clients that use Lofty. In fact, I believe we are in the Lofty marketplace or something. I know we always get people signing up that tell us that they heard about us from Lofty. So there you go. But check this out. That's why if you're thinking about selling, strategy matters more than ever. You don't need to guess. You just need a smart local plan. And here's how I can help. And so we talk about a free market update for your neighborhood, a breakdown of what today's buyers are really looking for, and a proven 100-point home marketing plan to get your home sold fast in any market. And this link right here is going to link to your listing presentation flipbook. Amazing. And then it says here, just reply to this email or click below. And then they can also get a home value estimate. So Amber, just like I told you, you would click for any CRM, you can click one of these two here. So no matter what your CRM is, either click copy code or copy with signature, like I said before. And follow-up boss is just a little bit different. That's why we got that broken out right there. So yeah, follow-up boss, the way they do their HTML is a little bit different than most of the other ones. So we just break that out so it's a little cleaner for the follow-up boss people. But no matter what CRM you're using, just either click copy code or copy with signature. All right, so again, I can edit this email however I want. I can click send test email, and let's click send test email and take a look at that, because I'll tell you, the flipbook is awesome. Let me show you the flipbook, how that works. And again, you may not have ever seen your flipbook, but it's ready to go. And I'm going to show you where it is. So here's the email for the seller. So these are for my seller leads. And if they click this, and let me bring that over here. So here's the flipbook that I just clicked to. And again, you could sign up for Listings to Leads right now after this video. Go through the Get Started wizard. It takes about 3 or 4 or 5 minutes to get through. It's going to have you upload your photo, upload your logo, select your brand colors. We have most of them pre-done. You just select what company you're with. If you got custom colors for your brand, you can select those as well. But check this out. So right from that email, because we know the more homeowners that see this, the more listings you're going to get. When you present this in the listing presentation, most of our clients win every single one of them. But hey, why not get this to a homeowner? And check this out. If you got your client reviews from Listings to Leads, that will appear there. We got some more PDF guides that they can select, just a lot more value for you to be offering. Get a free home value estimate. And that's going to, let me pull that over from the other page. And so right here, they can get the guide if they're a buyer and a home value. So absolutely phenomenal. All right. And again, here we are. All right. We click the subject line on the dashboard. It's going to drop us off in the editor. So again, here, I can send this now to all of my seller leads. I'm going to select seller leads from the drop down. All right, seller leads. And then I can click either send or schedule. Also, again, here's the preview. So there's an edit tab and a preview tab. So here's what it looks like. And again, if I've got leads in Lofty, I got leads in Follow-Up Boss, just select the appropriate option right here that you want to use. Again, I'll click copy for Follow-Up Boss. Head over to Follow-Up Boss. Again, in the editor right here, all these little editing options here along the top. For Follow-Up Boss, it's the last one. Lofty, I can't remember what Lofty calls it. Maybe it's called Source or HTML, but it's going to be one of the two. Just select that, and a pop-up will come up. Just paste it in there. And there we go. I'm going to bring that up a little bit. Beautiful. Scroll down. Make sure everything looks good. There's the link. All right, there's a little bit of space right there. No problem. Just do that. Beautiful. And just copy and paste in the subject line and get that out to your seller leads. So it's a phenomenal way. Both of these emails here, the one for buyers, get that out. The one for sellers, get it out. If you want to edit it a little bit, you can before sending it, make it more applicable for your local area. If not, these statistics are national statistics. So they're fine to use as they are. So don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't take 3 hours or 3 weeks to get this out. The quicker you get this out, the quicker you'll get more engagement from those leads in your database. So go ahead and take that, use it as needed. And if there's any questions on that, let me know. And back in Listings to Leads on the dashboard. Again, before we get to the PDF guides, because that doesn't take too long, the guides are actually one of the easier things to do with Listings to Leads. I'm going to show you the new enhancement that we did to the ads that are very similar to what we're doing with the AI text follow-up. That's really getting good engagement. So for the ads, like I mentioned, when you run a Facebook lead ad with listings to leads, it literally takes 30 seconds, not even that, to get the ad out the door. And name, email, phone number, and selling time frame have been the things that we've always been collecting. But now we are adding in, we are finding out, or we're offering, I should say, if they would like a copy of the ultimate guide to buying a home for buyer leads and a copy of my ultimate guide to the ultimate guide to selling your home for the seller leads. So check this out right here. I'm going to click market listing. I got my listing in here. So this could be a pending, just sold, where I'm the selling agent. This is for listings that I'm borrowing. So make sure every single week that we find a listing to market, make sure we're marketing our deal of the week. Marketing listings is one of the most powerful ways to engage our audiences. I'm going to click Facebook and Instagram ads. And all you have to do, in fact, we got a great call tonight coming up with Gordon Day, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 o'clock East Coast time. Go to leadgenwebinars.com. Again, that's leadgenwebinars.com to sign up for that. But once this, there you go. So here's the ad on the right. And I got location. It'll autofill my location. It'll autofill my budget. If you've been following our webinars, you know you want to be spending about $125 a week for your ads. All right, you got to have enough gas in the gas tank for the Facebook algorithm to get enough leads coming in. For most of you, your biggest problem is you don't have enough leads coming in. And when you think about follow-up, getting a hold of people, you want to be getting about 5 to 8 leads a day coming in, so that as you're doing your follow-up, you're not just following up with 1 or 2 people a day. Trust me on that one. If you're doing you got 2 listings, maybe you do 60 and 65 for the budget. If you got 3 listings, you could do, $40 budget per ad. I like to do $50 minimum. And all you have to do is click create ad. That's it. That's all you have to do. So let me show you though. Now I'm going to go under the hood. You don't have to do this. So what I'm going to show you here is already done for you. There's nothing you need to do, but I'm just going to show you this so you can understand a little bit better of what the lead is going to see. If I go to advanced options, create new lead form, and under form questions, notice, right, name, email, phone number, right there. That's going to pre-fill their name, their email, and their phone number. And what is your time frame to buy? So that'll be the first thing they see. And then check this out. Would you like my free ultimate guide to buying a home? Now, whether they say yes or no, we are going to include that guide in the autoresponder. So there's nothing you need to do. If they say yes, phenomenal. You're going to get the lead notification. You'll know that they said yes to it. That's just a lot more value that you are now providing them. So now when you're able to call them up, you can ask them, you can say, hey, thank you for requesting my guide. Just want to follow up with you and see if you have any questions about what you find in the guide, and or if you have any questions about the home, or are you just browsing, right? Like that. But again, this is all done for you. All I'm doing is just showing you that. So you don't need to click advanced options. You don't need to go there. It's all done. You just need to confirm location. And I would increase the budget to either, we got people doing $200 a week, $300 a week. We got people spending over $500 a week on Facebook ads with listings to leads, because they know the more they spend within budget, or I should say within reason, the better, and consistency. So here's the thing. Consistency and having enough budget are the two biggest things. When you only spend $35 a week on Facebook ads, that's not enough gas in the tank. That's not enough oxygen for the fire to get really going. And you want a really strong and hot fire. You want a full gas tank. And similarly, You want enough budget so that you're generating enough leads so that you got better follow-up, better engagement, and better conversion. And so it's awesome. So now this ad here, when people click this ad, the lead form is going to come up, and the first question they're going to see is, what is your time frame to buy? They're going to select options of either just dreaming, 1 to 3 months, 3 to 6, 6 to 12, or 12 plus. Pro tip: don't worry too much about what they say. People just say whatever. We've had people say they're just dreaming. They get engaged with the agent right away. They start looking pretty quickly. We get people saying 1 to 3 months, and they're really 12 months out. Right? People in their mind, they just, they have an idea, but they really don't know because they're not professionals. All they know is, maybe we're renting, or we own a home. For example, my wife, who's a mortgage broker, she runs ads for agents' listings all the time because she finds it's a phenomenal way to engage with people and to be able to get them pre-approved. Right? So people are looking at homes. A lot of times they're not pre-approved, and she's had people say, "Hey, we're 12 plus months out." Well, she'll get a hold of them, and she'll find out, actually, in their mind, they're thinking 12 plus months out. But as she's able to talk to them and talk them through the whole process and see how easy it is to get pre-approved, realize that, hey, this is a great buyer's market right now, they get excited and want to start looking right away. So again, don't take too much stock in their response to that first question. But then the second question is going to be, would you like a copy of my ultimate guide to buying a home? They can say either yes or no. And then I think if they say yes, that's phenomenal for you because it gives you another great touch point to follow up with them. But again, even if they say no to that question, we will include a link to that guide from your Listings to Leads account. And as I mentioned before, for like pending, just sold, what is your home worth, right? Any of the seller ads, we are going to be offering the ultimate guide to selling your home. So let me show you that guide before we get into today's topic. So if you click on the PDF guide tab right here, that will take you to the PDF guide section. So PDF guides and lead generation tools. There are both buyer guides and seller guides. Let's just wait for that to come up here. I will click on buyer guides since that's what we're talking about right now. So buyer guides right there. And then there's a search bar here, and I will click that search bar. I'll just put ultimate. I will search for it. And there we go. Ultimate guide to buying a home. This is available both in English and Spanish. So now the default will be to send it in English, but maybe you got a Spanish speaking lead and you get a hold of them. You could offer them the Spanish version. I'm going to click download English version. And this guide, I believe it's like 110 pages long. This is a big one. This is essentially all the other guides combined into one guide. So every chapter is like every chapter of this one is really a different guide, but it's compiled into, look at that, 121 pages. Absolutely phenomenal. And the reason why I selected this guide to be the one to send is because they're not going to be able to get through this whole thing. And so when you call them up and offer them more information about whether it's the property, other properties, and or the guide that they got from you in the autoresponder, you're going to have better conversations because they'll look at this guide and go, oh my God, 121 pages. How am I supposed to get through this whole thing? And your professionalism, your experience on whatever it is they want to talk about, you'll be able to have a much better conversation. So anyways, let me know if you have any questions on this. Cindy, let me know what you think. I think it's absolutely awesome. And Cindy says, Scott, Cindy, real quickly here, I apologize. Let me see here real quickly your question. If somebody clicks on the landing page for a PDF guide and fills out the info, Yes. Yeah. So think so I'll get to that, Cindy. Great question, but the short answer is absolutely yes. So let's get on topic now for this call today, which is how to market the secrets of selling your home fast. Again, it's one of over like 40-ish PDF guides for homeowners and home sellers in your listings to leads account. So we'll come back to the main PDF guide dashboard right here. And I will click here and I'm going to just type in secrets to selling. Oh, secrets to selling. Now, if I can type and or spell right, we'll be a little bit quicker. Now, I could just scroll down and hunt for it, but I just prefer to type in the first couple of words in the title. And again, so here's the entire thing. I'm going to click on the green marketing tools button. And before we get into the marketing of this, I will click on download. So again, I can download the English version, Spanish version, text only. So if I click on English, and I always recommend that you download the guide, take a quick look at it, make sure everything looks good. Typically, these guides are anywhere from 7 to 10 pages long. The idea is just to give them enough information so that when you give them a call, you'll have a lot more to talk about. And you can see it's branded to you, your logo, your picture on every single page. All right. There's a final page right there to encourage them to get a hold of you. So there's the guide. And again, there is a Spanish version. Now there's a text only version. And I won't necessarily be going through this today, but one of the use cases I like for the text only version is I will sometimes pop this into Chat GPT and I may say, hey, I've got a guide that I'm going to be sending to my database of seller leads. I have homeowners and home sellers in my database, and I'm going to be sending the guide. And here's the text for the guide. Please help me create a engaging email to send to my database. So, we give you all of these tools already. Everything is done for you. Uh, but sometimes it's just kind of fun to throw that into Chat GPT, see what they come up with, maybe make it more specific or local for your area. And so the text version is great because I can just, back here in the text version, I can just copy all of it and then drop it into Chat GPT and have them give me some more ideas on how to market it. But with that said, we've got it all dialed in for you right here. So the idea here is we're just going to work our way down this checklist. The first tool, Facebook and Instagram ad. You're going to see here, this will default to Facebook lead ads. Now with the listings, because we know the city and state of the listing, we pre-fill that for you. But for the guide, obviously there's no city associated with it. So just type in your location. Now it's going to do plus 15 miles. So your location may be a small little city in, outside of a bigger area that you want to do. You might be right next to a larger area, and you might want to go a little bit to the east or to the west so you don't pick up so much of that larger area. So I'm always a little bit what's the word I want to use here? Thoughtful on the location. So Roseville, even though I'm not in Roseville is just a little bit away from me. But Roseville is a better for something like the PDF guides. Roseville gives me a better coverage area for the larger metropolitan area. Hopefully that makes sense for you. Of course, it's going to do the radius of 15 miles for the special housing ad category. We got a budget of $50. So for the guides, we go a little bit, for the seller guides, we go a little bit higher because seller leads are more expensive. But again, I can take that and bump it up if I wanted to. I do like lifetime over daily just because lifetime is going to even out the budget. So if you did a daily budget of $10 or $5, every day, no matter what's happening on Facebook, no matter what's happening in the world, Facebook is going to spend that much money per day. So I may have, the same budget on a day when there's a lot of people and a day where there's fewer people. I would rather let Facebook figure that out for me. And so if I do a lifetime, uh, it will let Facebook decide, well, hey, there's more people on Facebook or Instagram today. So we're going to spend a little bit more of that budget. And then tomorrow, when there's fewer people, it'll spend a little bit less. We default for 1 week. So it'll start today and end on August 4th. I can change the image or even do a video. And so typically for listings, I'm not really big into using video or other, images where you got your face on them and all that kind of stuff. You'll see here a lot of different images here that you could use for this. You can upload your own custom image. So if you got a great image from Canva that you want to use or wherever, you can upload that image here. And you can also upload video. So we got stock videos, right? You're not going to really find anything appropriate necessarily for the stock videos. These are just random videos that you can use for other things really more. You'll find, I believe, under media from L to L. Let's see here. In fact, there are a couple of videos of people. So here's a video of a guy. But this might be a great place for you. And we've got a short form video script for you. So if you're into doing video and you wanted to put your face in this ad, which I think could be really good, you could record a video and upload that video right here. So really, really cool. Very powerful way to get your face, your brand, your message out there a little bit better. You can also retarget. It's not needed. It's not required. But for those of you that have custom audiences, I need to change my ad account because I don't have my seller audiences in here, but you can see here. All right. I can, so if I got any kind of custom audience in Facebook, I can use it from listings to leads. And here's that video. But again, that could be you. You could be the one in this video. I'm going to come back here and I'm just going to go back to image. Now, the only thing about video is a lot of times people might just sit there and watch the video for a little bit and then just kind of keep scrolling if they don't get engaged right away. The good thing about an image is they see the image, they see what's going on, they see the text in the ad, which is completely editable as well. And so they can make a decision, yes or no, to click in the ad. But it's all up to you. There's a lot of different ways of doing this. If you're new, I would just leave everything as default in the beginning. And then as you get better with it, you can try out new things. I think the worst thing is for people when they're new to this is they start playing around with it too much. They overcomplicate it and they find that they almost do so many edits and different things that the leads get really expensive. So we've got all this dialed in for you. So the main thing that you just need to worry about here is location and budget. All right. If you just add in the location, you do your budget, that's good enough. You don't need to worry about the images. You don't need to worry about changing out the text. You don't need to worry about all this stuff in the beginning. In the beginning, just get the ad out there, get a kind of a baseline, see how it performs for you. I was checking out the seller guides before we got on the call today, and it looked like it's actually doing a little better than I thought. Leads were coming in between 5 and 15. I would say 5 and 20 bucks per lead. Now that's kind of a big range, but man, I was telling you, it was just really all over the place. And even $20 is not bad, but $5 is ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous good. So I can't guarantee what your lead cost is going to be. I'll tell you, the pending and sold, right, also generate seller leads. So if you got a listing where you're in contract on it as either the selling or listing agent, or a listing where you recently sold it as either the listing or the selling agent, I would make sure those are in your listings to leads account and market those. Those are phenomenal. And so once we got this good to go here, we got the autoresponders dialed in. And so, Cindy, to your point, when the lead clicks through the ad, they will land on a page where they can download the guide right there. So even if the autoresponder doesn't get to them, they will still be on a page after they complete the lead form where they can download the guide right there. So hopefully, Cindy, that answers your question on that one. But they'll also get an email, and you can edit the email if you want. All right, you can see a preview of it. I can edit it right here. You can drag that down, get a little bit of a better view with it. I can send a test email, see what that looks like. Let's actually do that. And, I was talking to a client recently, and he goes, I love the emails. In fact, this was actually a coach. And he goes, your emails get to the inboxes almost 100% of the time. He goes, he uses a major CRM, like a very popular CRM. And he said over half the emails that go out of that CRM end up in promotions, and the people never see them. He goes, with listings to leads, he goes, we love it. And we're actually moving our people to listings to leads because we know that when an email goes out to the lead, that they are going to get it. I mean, I don't want to say 100% of the time, but he said like over, he said 99% of the time. And we see that in the statistics as well. So here's that autoresponder. But again, they're going to be getting, and look at that, your signature at the bottom. So these are seller leads. So they can download the guide right from here. And while they're here, they can click and get a home value estimate. And you may have never seen this landing page. You may have never even seen that signature, but it's all working for you. It's all dialed in. We do all that in the back end. So it's not like you got to go set up a signature and go set up a landing page. We've got all that taken care of. All of that is taken care of for you. And the one thing you would have to set up, and it's super easy. If you click client reviews over here to the left, you can actually automatically import your Zillow reviews, your testimonial tree, your Zillow testimonial tree, and Google. You can add reviews from any other source as well manually. If there's somewhere else, like on your website or something, you can add those very easily. You can even request reviews. So we got a facility that allows you to request reviews from, let's say, for example, your database, your sellers. Look at this, all those reviews coming in. There's testimonial tree, there's Google. I don't know if I got any Zillow reviews in here. And then it's got your 100-point home marketing plan. So we got things for buyers, we got things for sellers on the client review website. And just hit create ad. So it's literally as easy. There's one extra step for the guides, which is adding in the location, but otherwise it's the same as running an ad for a listing. You just add in the location, confirm your budget, click create ad. Now we've got your pixel already in here if you've added that in the get started wizard. If you don't have your pixel attached to listings to leads, you can do that in your profile. You could retarget. So if you want to target that ad to a custom audience, so if you've got your database set up as a custom audience in Facebook, that could be going to where the ad is only shown to those people in the custom audience. So there's a lot of advanced things that you can do, but for most people, they're literally just sending that ad out to their audience, let Facebook algorithm do its magic, put that ad in front of people that it thinks it is most appropriate. And that's also where, again, being consistent and having enough money in the budget will go a long way. For a lot of you, think about the gym, think about dieting, think about putting gas in the car. If we don't keep our car filled up, what happens? We run out of gas, we're on the side of the highway. It's not a good situation. If we're trying to have a good diet and we start eating pizza and drinking a lot of beer because we're inconsistent with the diet, what happens, right? We fall off the diet. It's not a good thing. Same with a lot of other things in life. Same with the ads. Same with the Facebook algorithm. The more consistent you are, and I'm going to say the more money you spend, but again, within reason. I'm not telling you to spend, $2,000 a month on ads. I'm telling you to try to spend around, if you can spend around $500, you'll be in a good spot with this. And that's about $125 a week. So with that, let's go to Google Ads. So any questions on anything we covered so far? Any good feedback, bad feedback, questions about something? Next up is Google. This is phenomenal as well. Similar to the Facebook, all you're going to do is type in location. For, Dustin Fox, the guy who wrote 6 Weeks to Agent Success, not only does he love our Facebook ads, but he loves our Google ads as well. He calls it the easy button for Google ads. He had been very experienced in doing Google ads. And, man, similar to the Facebook ads manager, which can be insane, right? If you ever log into the Facebook ads manager, you know how nuts that is. They change every week almost. There's 1,000,001 different edits and options that you've got in there. So you can get lost in the Facebook ads manager and never get anything done. Whereas with Listings to Leads, we make it so easy because we brought the entire thing inside of our program. Same thing with Google. If you're to go to Google and do this, you could be there for an hour easily. Instead, we've brought everything inside of Listings to Leads. We set up for best practices, based on all of the ads that we've run, based on talking to the people at Google on what works best for real estate. So we've got all that set up for you. So again, location, we got the link already dialed in right there. Nothing you need to do. You can click view link to see the landing page. Now, the thing with Google, right? People complain about Facebook ad budgets. Well, Google is even, more expensive. With Google, you're looking at $50 a day. You could go down to 20 or 30. That's going to be about a minimum. 20 might be a little bit too low. 20 on Google is like spending, $3 or $4 on Facebook. It's literally almost 10x, because with Google, people are actually going there to search information. So it's a lot more targeted of a lead. If you've got the budget and you got the ability to swing that in your budget, it's a great option to take advantage of. So if I say $30 a day, my start and end date, right? 1 week as always. We got the advanced options, which for 99% of you, you don't need to touch. But just for those of you that are a little bit more experienced, you have access to the keywords, audience segments, your headlines are all right there. You can edit them, right? You can leave them as is. The descriptions, we got all this dialed in. That's why people call it, the easy button for Google ads. And then hit create ad. All right, hit create ad. That ad will get submitted to Google, just like with Facebook, and that will be up and running. Cindy says, do you have to set up anything with Google? Well, you'd have to have, a payment with Google, which you probably do already. But typically, no. It's not like Facebook where you got to have a Facebook page. With Google, it's running the Google ad in their search. Malcolm. Hello, Scott. Is there a reason why my edit listing screen doesn't have all the commands? Yeah, for listings, we don't. For listings, we don't recommend that you do a Google ad because nobody ever searches Google for a listing. If you wanted to do a Google ad for a listing, go to the ads page. And then, in fact, I'll show you that here in a few minutes. But if you go to the ads page, you can. We don't put Google ads on the listings, market listing dashboard or work area, just because we don't, because if we do that, then it's like us saying, hey, run Google ads for your listings. And for most people, that's going to be an utter waste of money, right? You think about it, right? Nobody, only the seller or people already looking at that listing would actually go search for that address. And that is so few people that you're going to really waste a lot of money, I think. Now, if you got a great way of doing it and you got a way of doing your Google ads for your listings that works for you, you can still do that, but just go to the ads page and click Google Ads, and you'll be able to see how you can do that. Just select listing, find the listing, or select the listing you want to do, and run the Google ad. All right, next up, social media post. This will be a social media post that will go to Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, X, and your Google business page. This is free. There's no cost to it. It'll be something that the people connected to your Facebook page will see. Now, this is one of those things, right? Make sure you are inviting all of your leads to your Facebook page. Invite your leads to your Facebook page. Make sure you're posting to your Facebook page. That's one of the things I'm working with a few people on, to make sure that their Facebook pages are dialed in a little bit better. Because if you think about it, if you're generating Facebook leads, I want them to be able to have access to a lot of my content. And so, that could be a blog, that could be a lot of different things. But my Facebook business page or community group or whatever it's going to be that you're using would be a phenomenal place to make sure I've got this kind of content, so that as I'm inviting my leads to my Facebook page, that they see, oh, Scott's got a PDF guide on secrets of selling your home fast, and they can just download it right from your page. But if nobody's on your page, then no one's ever going to see it. So let's make sure we are inviting people to our Facebook page. And then again, make sure you are putting content on it. People put content on Instagram, you're doing your ads, you're doing, all of this other great stuff on social media. Don't forget about your Facebook business page. How do you invite it? You just invite them, right? You just invite them. Maybe send out an email once in a while, inviting people. One of the things I recommend is when you do, let's say you do a video on price reductions in your area. All right. So Neil, there's price reductions in your area. This weekend, one of the things that we did is we went to some open houses, did some videos. We're going to be uploading some of the videos to the Facebook page for one of the people I work with. And then we're going to email all the leads. Hey, we went to see some open houses this weekend. You can click here to see the videos on them. And then she did some videos talking about what I mentioned earlier. So she was talking about the fact that, hey, if you're a buyer and you're waiting for the rates to come down 0.25%, you're only going to save $80 a month, versus being able to get the seller to do a 2-1 buy down for you, to get closing cost credits. These are things that can save you thousands of dollars versus $80 a month. So what's better as a buyer? Saving $80 a month, which would be about $2,000 total over 2 years, or saving, possibly, 10,000 for 2 years, right? 2,000 is 2,000, 10,000, or getting closing cost credits paid for. So there's a lot of ways as a buyer that you got leverage way better than waiting for the price to come down. Because here's the thing, once those rates come down, you're going to be now competing with a lot of other buyers that are going to come into the market. So instead of waiting for all these other buyers to jump into the market when the rates come down, start being strategic. Start looking at the idea of asking for a rate buy down, asking for closing cost credits, all right? Things that will make a much better financial impact for you as a buyer. So that's a great video. Get that on your Facebook page, and then make sure you're and then send an email to your leads. Hey, we just did a video, or we did a post. Maybe you don't want to do a video, but you could do a post on that. Put that on your Facebook business page, send an email to your leads, and get them there so they can see your great content. And then while they're on your Facebook page, they can see other items like this. Right, Neil? Does that make sense? Great question. Now, to the point of video, here is the video script, so short form video script. This is one of the things I like the best, the video script and the tools for your database, and then the print flyers. So and then we also got postcards and door hangers and farm circle prospecting scripts. So for the short form video script, Again, one of the things I like doing is I like being out in the market, maybe in your car driving around. Being at your desk is fine, but I like being out. I think the energy and the dynamism is a little bit more compelling. And record this video. Put the script. What you can do here is click send. If you click send, that'll send it to your email. If you're logged in on your phone, you can just download the script. If you want to use a teleprompter app, we got a couple of links right here. So you can, and they've got free and paid versions. So this is for iPhone. You probably already have a teleprompter app on your phone. Here's one for Google, so Android. And right here, how to use teleprompter app is a little video of me walking you through. If you click play, this is me walking you through how to use a teleprompter app with that script. Or you can just paraphrase this. And in the script, you're offering your audience, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, as a YouTube short, to record the video, upload it to your different platforms. And then what you're saying here is, here real quickly on the script, selling can be a stressful process. We all know that. When it comes to selling your home, a fast sale at the right price is what dreams are made of. And I can help you achieve a smooth process. DM or comment below to get the free guide, Secrets to Selling Your Home Fast, and discover strategies top realtors employ to achieve quick sales without compromising on price. This is Scott Pierce with L2L Realty. And if you have any other questions on home ownership or home buying or need referrals to people in the area to help you with any of the work you're doing on your property, go ahead and let me know, and I'll get that over to you. Great little script. All right, great little script. And I would, again, make sure I would upload that YouTube, because if you upload that script or upload that video when it's in the vertical format, it'll throw it to YouTube Shorts. You could upload it to TikTok, obviously, upload it to Instagram, let it share that over to Facebook. But then I would also make sure to upload that to my Facebook page, whether it's my community page or my business page, the page where I'm inviting my leads to, so they can see more great content from me. I'm not just posting listings. I'm not just, posting, me drinking coffee. I'm actually posting access to great content to help both buyers and sellers. And it's absolutely free. Absolutely free. And the other thing I love about the short form videos is it lets people get to know you a lot better, a lot better. And the only way you're going to get good at doing video is by doing video. There's no other way around it. All right. There's literally no other way around it. The only way to get better at doing video is by doing more video. The e-flyer for your database and the database call script, these are two things I think are absolutely critical. Again, similar to the email that we went through a little bit earlier, you can send this through Listings to Leads, send it through Lofty, Follow Up Boss, whatever CRM that you've got. The email here, completely editable. And this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier, where, this is great, but you could also, again, drop this into ChatGPT, drop the email or the guide, like I talked about earlier, drop that into ChatGPT and say, I've got this guide called Secrets to Selling Your Home Fast. You'll see it. I'll paste the contents of the guide below. Please give me a 50-word email that is highly compelling to send out to my database of seller leads and homeowners, and see what it gives you. Now, keep in mind, we have done a lot of testing with using ChatGPT or not to come up with content. Some of the times our stuff works better because we're a lot more clear. Just because something comes out of ChatGPT does not mean it's going to be better. So just keep that in your mind. And, again, if you were to do this consistently, where every week I'm sending a different seller guide to my seller leads, a different buyer guide to my buyer leads, you're going to learn pretty quickly what kind of formats work better, what kind of stuff gets better engagement, and fine tune it for your people, for your database, for your business. So if I want to send it through Listings to Leads, click Send Now. And I could say send it to all my seller leads right there, seller leads and Listings to Leads, and click Send. I can send a test email, just like we did before. I always like to do that, make sure everything looks good and works the way I expect it to. And just like before, all right, I can copy code. So that'll copy the email without the signature. And that's for all CRMs. Copy with signature. That'll copy the email and include the signature from listings to leads. And copy for Follow Up Boss. And again, Follow Up Boss is just a little bit different with the way they do their HTML. So I will click copy for Follow Up Boss. Go to my CRM like this right here. Again, in the editor along the top, I'm going to find insert HTML or insert source. Click it. Paste in from listings to leads. And there we go. Beautiful email. Ready to go. And I'm going to copy that subject line. Drop it in and send that out. So in about 10 to 15 seconds, I got that email from my database, send it to all my seller leads. Now, if you send it through listings to leads and also your CRM, you will be notified when people download the guide. And the beautiful thing is they don't go to a landing page. They will literally just, the guide will just download automatically. And you'll get a lead notification saying, hey, Scott Pierce just downloaded your Secrets of Selling Your Home Fast guide, which is a perfect opportunity for you to follow up with that lead, find out if they have any questions about it. Obviously, like I said earlier, make sure you read these guides, take a quick look at them before you start using them, so that as you are generating leads, your follow-up will be a lot better than you not knowing what's in here. And then we got the database call script. Your database needs to hear from you. Don't rely on just emails and text messages. We want to make sure that, like I said, we want to invite them to our Facebook group. Again, we're generating a lot of leads, a lot of engagement from Facebook. Invite them to your Facebook page. So, but you also want to call them on the phone. And essentially, you're just going to say, hey, Neil, Scott here at LL Realty. And I just sent out my new guide, Secrets of Selling Your Home Fast, via email to all of my clients and local homeowners. And I just want to make sure you've got it and to see if you have any questions. I know you're not selling right now, but it's never too early to be prepared. With the market in transition now, I just want to make sure you got the guide. Please let me know if you'd like any more information or would like anything else related to home selling or home ownership. Now, there's two different versions of this. Seller lead script A, script B. Version A, I'm putting together some home value reports for my clients this week. And these are going to be a lot more detailed and accurate than what you can get on Zillow or these other online websites. Would Scott@listingstoleads.com be the best email to send that report to when it's ready? You've got their email, they're in your database. So you're just confirming their email. You're making it super easy for them. All right, you're making it super easy for them. That's version 1. And version 2 is, I don't know if you're interested in, So you're going to repeat the same part, the intro, all right, where, hey, this is Scott LL Realty, and I sent out my new guide, Secrets of Selling Your Home Fast. And I just want to make sure you got that with the way the market is right now. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody is prepared, even if you're not thinking about selling right now. Again, it's never too early to, be prepared for when you are. And hey, if they're not selling for a decade or ever, no harm, no foul. They're not going to list anyways. But for all of those that are thinking about selling in the next, 1 to 12 months, this is going to be something that they're going to want to get a hold of. So version B, script B, I don't know if you're interested, but I do free comparative market analysis for all of my clients and VIPs. And these just give you a much better feel for how much your home would be worth. And I know you're not looking to sell right now, but I would love to do a report for you because it'll help me keep tabs on your home and what's happening in the market. It also gives me the ability to know what's happening in the area and helps keep me plugged in. So if you're interested, I'd be happy to put it together for you. Would Scott@listingstoleads.com be the best email to send that to when it's ready? And I would leave some of these as a voicemail. I want people, even if they don't listen to it, even if they delete it, I just want to have the opportunity for them to hear my voice, for me they can see that I'm offering value to them. And I'm not just calling them up asking for referrals or making idle chit chat. All right. Cindy says, is there a way to invite people to Facebook in a mass invite? Cindy, that's a great question. I don't know. Maybe ask that in the mastermind group. That'd be a great question for the mastermind group. So print flyers. We've got, let me show you. See that? I got an acrylic flyer holder. When you're doing open houses, these are phenomenal to print. And in our open house training, if you go to listingsleads.com/open house, these are great for door knocking. I've had people door knock with these things. Now, obviously, the nearby homeowner letter is even better, right? Whether you mail it or door knock with it. But here is another one. All right, and this is more of a vertical acrylic stand. This one here is for the 100-point home marketing plan. But the idea is if you're doing an open house, get a couple of the buyer guides, get a couple of seller guides, right? Get the print flyers for them, put them in these acrylic stands around the house. It makes you look hella professional. It makes you look so professional, but it also allows people, as they're walking through the open house, they could just scan the QR code. I mean, how awesome is it? They scan the QR code, they download the guide, and you get the lead notification that somebody just downloaded your guide, right? Whatever guide it is that you've got the print flyer for at your open house. And then maybe they even ask you about it. Or if you see them scanning the QR code, I wouldn't bother them until they download the guide. And then after they download the guide and you get the lead notification, then you could go ask them, hey, let me know if you have any questions about that guide. It's a great little guide talking about some of the things that you want to think about when you're getting ready to sell your home. What a great conversation starter. And it only happens if you actually if you use these tools. So like anything else, right? The more you use them, the better results you're going to get, the more results you're going to get. And the easier it becomes for you. And the great thing about these acrylic flyer holders and the flyers in them, I can use them for months and months and months. I just, I have my open house box. I leave these in it. I pull it out. This has been around for, probably over a year, and they look great. They look absolutely fantastic. We do have postcards and door hangers. So if you got a farm area and you need more content, right? You might be doing a just sold postcard. You might be doing a nearby homeowner letter. You might do a get your home value postcard or letter or door hanger. And now we can send out one for, in this case, Secrets of Selling Your Home Fast. We got the QR code. If you want to scan that, it'll go to the landing page automatically. If you're using a program like My Plus Leads or Thanks.io, you can actually do it where this image is of the homeowner's home and the QR code is dynamic to where when they scan the QR code, you know exactly who it was immediately, and they download the guide right away. Absolutely amazing way to keep that farm engaged if you are doing geofarming. And then lastly, Farm and Circle prospecting script. I know it's harder to get people on the phone nowadays, so I don't talk too much about this, but this is a great script. I think it's easier to call through your database, but if you are doing Farm and Circle prospecting, again, you can't be calling up with the same script week after week, month after month. You need to vary it up a little bit, add more value, and this can be a great script for that. And so I apologize, everybody, for going long. Diane, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Any other questions or anything related to this? We covered a lot today. We covered the new emails on your dashboard for both buyer and seller leads, so take advantage of that. I would get that out the door ASAP. We covered the new addition to the Facebook ads, where we're now asking people, the leads, if they would like a copy of your Ultimate Guide to Buying a Home, Ultimate Guide to Selling a Home. And then lastly, we covered how to market this PDF guide to generate more leads. So, any questions before we go? Any feedback? Your feedback is always important to us. All right. In fact, Cindy, one of the things that we should do, but you could also do it as anytime you're generating leads, I would include in the autoresponder an invite to my Facebook page. Now, again, you got to make sure you're going to be putting content in it. You can't invite people to a Facebook page and not have any content on it. Then that looks kind of silly. So what I would do first is I would spend a few weeks, for those of you that haven't done this before, I would spend a few weeks getting some content on your Facebook page, getting into a habit and a discipline of adding content, because there's nothing, I don't say there's nothing worse, you know what I mean, than somebody going to your YouTube channel because you've got, oh yeah, here's my YouTube channel in my signature. And I see this all the time. I'll see someone's email and in their signature, they've got my YouTube channel. And you go to the YouTube channel, the last thing that was updated was like 9 months ago. And so you look and the first thing I think of is, are they still in business? Like, is this person really in business still? Because the last video or the last post or whatever it was, is like not, and that is not uncommon. That is actually very, very common. So you're going to want to make sure that if you're going to invite people to a social media platform, whether you're inviting them to TikTok or Instagram or your Facebook page, you want to make sure that you're consistently updating it. So with the auto postings and the tools that we've got in Listings to Leads is fantastic, but there's no replacing custom content, I guess, or unique content. So I walked through a great one, I think, a little bit earlier when I talked about how, that video. And again, maybe you don't do a video, but you just do a post, like a text post with maybe an image talking about, hey, if you're a home buyer and are really looking to get the lowest monthly payment possible, waiting for a rate cut may actually be counterproductive, because when the rates get cut, more buyers will come into the market and you will have less leverage with the homeowners. Right now, as a home buyer, you've got all the leverage in a lot of markets and for a lot of these properties. So don't sit there and wait for a price cut of 0.25%. That's going to save you $80 a month. Let's negotiate for 2-1 rate buy down. Let's negotiate for closing cost credits. Let's negotiate for something that's actually going to move the needle on that monthly payment and your finances. So I know it's popular to be thinking about a rate buy down or a interest rate cut and all of that. But all the rate cut's going to do is it's going to bring more buyers into the market. Let's be a little bit more strategic. Let's be a little bit smarter. And let's do some of the things that are actually going to be a much greater benefit to you as a home buyer. Everybody get the hang of that? You get the messaging on that one? And that could be a text post. That could be a video post. And that could almost essentially be just now that I think about it, you could really almost just take that email. Let's go ahead and take a look at that email real quickly. There's still a number of people on the call with me. So let's take a look at the email and see if that's something that I could do. So if I go scroll down, and I'm going to scroll down to database email blast right here. Finally, a market that favors home buyers. And yeah, man, that might be, if I just take that. Now that button won't translate over, but let's just say this is my Facebook business page. Let me scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. There we go. Let's just paste it. Let's see what this looks like. I might say home buyers. You see the headlines. Just format that a little bit. Then, make sure you got some spacing in there. Oh wow, did that link really come through? Let's see if that did. All right, so I'm just formatting this, make it look pretty. And then I can upload an image, right? Upload an image, make it look nice. And let's click post. Let's see if that. I'm really curious if that link came through. Man, if that came through, that's gonna be a great little training, maybe for a little later. And where? Yeah, no, it did not come through. All right, so here's what you do. Yeah, I didn't think that would come through. So because you want to include the link to the price reduced landing page, go to landing pages. And I was referencing this a little bit earlier in this call, and we'll just be on for 2 or 3 more minutes. I'll just show you this, and I'll let everybody go. But on the landing page right here, filter by type, scroll down, or not scroll down, but just select price reduced homes for sale. You see that right there. And here, these 3 landing pages are all in your account. So Cindy, this is in your account. You may not have seen this. And the one we're using is called Select Area. I'm going to click View. There's a view. So right here, that's the same one that was in the email. And I'll just copy that. I'm going to copy that link. Go back to my Facebook post. And you can do this now before you post it, because you know that now that link is not working. And where it says click here, I'll just say click below. In fact, that'll add the image that I want. So check this out. Maybe we won't see it till it posts, but that should. And so again, make sure my spacing looks good. Save. And this would be great for your page. All right. So right there, the image didn't pop up. I think if I would have put that link in there before I posted it, the image would have displayed, because it would have been the image for the landing page. But now people click that link, boom. People are going to comment, people are going to like it. All right. All that great stuff. All right. Any other last minute questions before we go? Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make sure, do not forget about your affiliate links. I always love it when people are signing up on your affiliate links. Right here on the left-hand side, it says affiliate link. And if you click copy link, you can send that to people in your groups, people in your company. All right. We got send email. I can actually take this email, send it to people. We got a social media post that I can take and post to my socials. If you're doing a lunch and learn, we got a lot of trainers and coaches and lenders and brokers. You could do take that print flyer and take that to your lunch and learn, and that goes right to your affiliate link automatically. So if you're doing a lunch and learn, you got a social media post, you got the link directly, you get 15% recurring, no cap, no limit. So make sure you're using that affiliate link with the people that you're friendly with in real estate. Let them get the beauty and magic of listing leads, and you get 15% recurring, no cap, no limit for as long as they are a client. So we don't stop the affiliate payments after a year. They go on forever. All right. Great questions today. Great comments. Thank you all so much for joining us. Anything else before we go? I don't mind hanging out for a few seconds here. We did, wow, 10:20. Yikes. I apologize. I hope I didn't make anybody late for their next meeting. So with that, everybody, thank you for joining us. Go with our support team if you need help. Get into the mastermind group. I want to hear your feedback and your successes. We'll talk to you soon.